there, Cancer. How are you doing? This is a July 2018 general tarot reading. Hopefully there's not going to be heavy machinery in the background. Just shaking my cards. I meant shuffling my cards in my own way. Sorry if it's a little bit off center because of the angle. Maybe I can do that. Alrighty. Sometimes people ask me which deck this is. Well, I don't like to have it like that. I'm sorry. I'll get it better next time. This is the Morgan Greer tarot deck, and I will show you the back of the cards, which are really cool. I really care about the back of the cards. So I think all tarot companies should make sure to make the back of the cards good too. So the centerpiece, or the focal point of July for you, this is during your birthday month for a lot of you, is the Three of Pentacles. I get a very practical vibe from this reading. The Three of Pentacles is kind of like being an architect of your own life, building your life from the ground floor up. So there can be different interpretations. I think there can be a whole bunch of them. One of them is that you are, it can be a card of teamwork. So you can be in a situation at work where you're really productive with fellow co-workers and you're working on a project. And for some reason in July, it's significant for you. Of course, you're going to have a solar eclipse in your sign on July 12th. So this could be connected to just having, being in a groove, being very productive. Maybe you are thinking of starting a family, or even something physical with yourself, like starting some kind of routine, exercise routine, something where you get stronger. But I get some good money energy in here. So with the Four of Pentacles right next to it, I'll get to that in a minute. So I think that you are just really solid at this time. And I noticed that all of these cards are minor arcana. So maybe July, even though maybe the eclipse is enough of its own change, you don't need anything else. And it's just a matter of kind of doing the work. You've already have started something, and maybe you're just continuing. With any kind of like personal relationship, the Three of Pentacles can indicate that it's something that really has potential because it's very solid. And maybe it's even with an earth sign individual, which you tend to harmonize very well with. Taurus, Virgo, your opposite sign, Capricorn. So yeah, very interesting. Now, what is the challenge? The Four of Wands. Well, one possibility here is that there is some issue concerning a new home. Maybe if you've been wanting to move, there's going to be something that gets delayed with that. Remember that even if this is in the kind of challenge position, doesn't mean it can't be the upright position eventually. It just might be that there might be some delay. I just want to clarify something, because someone said, how do we know if that card was picked upright or not? Well, that card was picked in the upright position. But because I have it in that particular, challenge position, I read it as the most challenging, what do you call it, definition or interpretation. So sometimes the upright position is the challenging position. So it's not just automatic that if you have a reversed card that it's the bad one. It's actually sometimes a better meaning than when it's upright. So I read it as the challenging position. And I also tailor it to my own, if you want to call it intuition, or just what pops into my mind. So anyway, there may be something, it's like you have practical energy here, but perhaps if you've been working hard, I mean, oh, you know, I didn't even think about this, but with the Three of Pentacles, this could even be construction work that's being done in your, like, renovation. Maybe you're building a new home and you can't move in yet for some reason because there's some delay. The Four of Wands can actually relate to marriage, happy home, happy environment. So maybe you have a very great situation going on with career, but your home life is a mess in some way. And actually, the kind of the foundation card here is the Eight of Cups. So some of you may have already left a primary relationship, a marriage, or the equivalent of a marriage. And it's interesting because then that would make perfect sense why that's topsy-turvy. And at the end of June, and I'm recording this on the day of, we have a full moon in Capricorn. So that is your opposite sign, opposite house, and that's the marriage house. So maybe in July, you know, you're coming off of a situation where you have left your partner. But isn't it true about life that sometimes, you know, you have a good area, everything's going great in one area, and then in another area, it's like all shot to hell. So that might be what's happening in some regard in your life. And but you know, the thing is, at least if that's true, you still have structure in your life where you can go to a place and feel like you're productive. The higher message is the Seven of Swords, and this is a card to me of independence in this particular case. Now, in some cases, this can be about cheating or some kind of deceptive practice, maybe by this other person, and perhaps, or, you know, I mean, I don't know if you're being deceptive, but there may be some kind of a situation. Maybe this is even, I'm trying to think if this could be in the workplace. I don't see it, you know. I see it more of a personal matter where perhaps this is why you had to leave. And it's possible that you don't know for sure that this is what is happening, and that the spiritual position of this card is kind of like the intuitive part that's saying, yeah, this person was cheating. And so you were right for leaving because you can't really trust this person. This person might be a compulsive liar, a pathological liar. And so they may deny everything, and yet you know. And of course, Cancer is a water sign. Anyone who has had a water sign parent knows that they know, you know, what you're up to. Even if you try to lie about it. It's pretty funny. So, anyway, there can be this sense of also independence, I think, with you. You may have really clung to this, I'll call it a fantasy. Maybe you wanted so much to have this perfect, you know, home life with the white picket fence. Maybe you didn't have that when you were growing up, and you wanted that. You wanted to create that with some family, you know, with your own family, because you didn't have it with your family of origin, and it just didn't work out. And so now you realize you need some time to simply get your sea legs or your bearings so that you can really know what's the next best move for you. The practical advice is represented by the Four of Pentacles. This is a card about managing your money, which I don't have to lecture most Cancers to do, because you tend to be very concerned with saving money and handling your money, and you tend to be very good at it. So this is a card also just of like maybe even thinking of ways that you can increase your financial security. Maybe there are other things, like little things you can do on the side, especially if you have left a two person household and now you're responsible for all your expenses. You might now feel like that, a little bit of that pinch based upon having another person that helped you pay the bills, and now you're kind of doing things on your own. So that can be just talking about that. In terms of your career life, I would say that there may be something going on with you, if you're working with other people, making sure that you are getting your fair share. Even though this isn't the Six of Pentacles, for some reason, I think about this, about you being treated fairly in the workplace, and hopefully that is happening for you so that you can make as much money as you deserve, you know, so that you can be as secure as possible. But it's actually a very good money card. What is coming in is represented by the Three of Wands. I love this card because it's a card of wanting something more. You see those mountains in the background. You want to conquer other things. And again, going back to the Four of Pentacles, there may be this desire within you to make more money. And the Three of Wands is an entrepreneurial card. So if there's any way that you can parlay all of your experience and know-how into something, you might be able to start your own business on the side at some point this year. Definitely, there's a lot of good Cancer energy. Towards the end of the year, you'll have a North Node in your sign, and maybe you know, when all of the retrograde activity ends, maybe in December, mid-December, you will have the green light to do that, because until then we're having a lot of retrogrades. We're currently in a Mars retrograde. We're still in Jupiter retrograde. We have Mercury retrograde at the end of July. And actually, I was thinking, too, of the Mercury retrograde with that Four of Wands. That could be, if there's any kind of contract you're signing for a house and thing like that, that could be a time of great, where you have to, like, kind of hold off because perhaps something is held up. But Mercury will go direct around the middle of August, so it should be okay. I mean, it won't take that long. It's only like late July to mid-August, 3.5 week period that we have to deal with this. But it seemed like we just had a Mercury retrograde. So, but the Three of Wands is really about you expanding in some way. Expand it. You could even be expanding in terms of geography, where you want to conquer. Let's say you're in Europe, you want to conquer North America. Or you're in North America, you want to conquer Australia. Something, you know, far away from you that represents a whole new market. The outcome is a Page of Pentacles. You can hear news about something connected to business matters, money matters, things like that. It could be also reiterating that Three of Pentacles in some way, that you are starting a relationship with somebody who has a strong earthy demeanor. And so because of the elements involved, this person could be a real keeper, because you and this other person can build a life together. Going back to that Three of Pentacles, it's a building card. It's about building your future. Okay, Cancer? So I hope that you enjoy this. If you'd like a private reading, I'm going to have the link below to my website. Happy birthday to all of you, and have a great month. Bye.